students of CMS. Welcome to CMS Student News with Lainey Collier and Maddie Dove.
This week we have a lot planned for you, so stay tuned.
Now over to the brick wall.
Yay!
Woo! Did you know that this is our Did You Know segment?
So did you know that most lipsticks contains fish scales?
Did you know that there are exactly 336 dimples on a golf ball?
And did you know that women blink twice as much as men each day?
And did you know that astronauts cannot cry in space because there's no gravity to pull tears down?
I did not.
Crazy stuff.
It's time for announcements.
Starting off, April 17th through May 5th is our iStep Part 2.
And on May 8th, 7th grade parent high school credit courses meeting at 7 o'clock p.m.
May 11th is Chromebook device checks during our lunch periods and also the spring choir concert at 7 o'clock.
And on May 15th, 8th grade awards and recognition program starts at 6:30.
May 17th is the spring band concert at 7 o'clock.
And congrats to the academic teams for competing in their first invitational. And that was last week where CMS competed against a dozen schools. All of our teams were solid middle of the pack contenders at that scrimmage. They will continue to practice hard in preparation for the state area competition at Plainfield Middle School on April 29th.
Also, the 6th graders are going on a field trip to Victory Field to experience baseball in education with the Indianapolis Indians on Tuesday, May 9th. Students, teachers, and chaperones will be on the field trip from 9:15 in the morning to 2:45 in the afternoon. The cost of the field trip is $15 per student, and chaperones need to contact Mrs. Patton for background information. All money and forms are due by May 2nd, 6th graders, so turn in your money.
That's all we have for you for announcements.
Gracias.
It's time for sports. So the only sports I have for you today is that there's a Hendricks County tournament track meet on Wednesday at Plainfield. That's it.
Hello, CMS students. This is Julia and Sarah bringing you your classroom highlights. So starting off in 6th grade with Mrs. Patton, this week in science, students explored the predictable ways that ecosystems change over time. This change is called succession, and students explored examples like volcanoes, wildfires, and even your own backyards. They even took a nature walk and wrote about the succession around Cascade Middle School. Moving on to 7th grade, Julia.
In Mr. Winter's class, students in 7th grade English begin Orson Scott Card's Ender's Game. Through published in 1985, the book is still thematically relevant to today's students, examining the issues of bullying, race, and drone warfare.
Thank you. And in 8th grade, in Miss Carpenter's English class, students continued to read their novel, The Boy Who Dared by Susan Cabell Bartolomei, and they have been completing blog posts, which this week was about if there was ever a time that it was okay to break the law, and if there's a limit to the freedom of speech. Very interesting.
For Ms. Scher's World Language students, they are now able to name several classroom items in Spanish. They are able to count to 29 and have learned about both definite. I have no idea what I just did. And indefinite articles, which are used with nouns. And French 1 students have learned how to use aller to say that something is going to happen, and finir to say that something has recently taken place. They can also say and use many expressions with avoir.
Yes, so keep up with your classrooms, check your grades, and make sure you do all your assignments, kids. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in this week, students of CMS.
We hope to see you next week for lots more fun things to do with us.
That's what's going on at the cave, man.
Woo!